There are so many Black Friday deals going on, especially deals that have started early, but today I did a full face of makeup and I'm going to talk about some of the products that I love and their Black Friday deals. Obviously, I'm filming this video before Black Friday, so the deals might change a little bit, but so many deals have already started and there's some pretty good discounts. Before we get started, I wanted to mention my favorite cashback website. This is not sponsored. This is literally just me telling you about this because I use a cashback website every single time I shop online to get cashback, right? Rakuten is one of the really popular ones, but I like to use a TopCashBack. And a lot of the brands and sites I'm talking about today do offer cashback through TopCashBack. Some sites even had 20% cashback, which is crazy to me. So if you do any online shopping, use a cashback website, get some of that money back if you can. I'll leave a link down below if you want to sign up. Again, not sponsored, it's just something I personally do all the time. Before we dive into the makeup, I wanted to talk about my press-on nails really quick, just because I don't talk about them a lot on my channel, but you guys see them all the time. So my favorite brand for press-on nails is Olive & June. I've been using this brand for about 2 years now. If you see nails on my hand, they are Olive & June. And currently, they have a 25% off site-wide with the code SHINE25, and you can get 8% cash back with TopCashBack. But what I love about these nails is that they average about $10 a pack, and I can usually get 2 set of nails out of each pack, so that's like $5 for a set of nails that last me usually 2 weeks. I hate painting my nails, I hate going to the nail salon, so I am a press-on nail girly, and these are just the best in my opinion, and they're so affordable. Now let's get started with the makeup deals. Okay, I have a bare face. Let's start with eyebrows. So I did just lightly fill in my brows with the Kosas Brow Pop Pencil, and I will talk about Kosas in a little bit, but first I want to talk about NYX. 2 of my favorite brow products ever are the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen and then the NYX Brow Glue. So I'm gonna use that brow pen to do a couple strokes in my brows, and NYX is offering up to 50% off of their products, which is crazy, especially since they're already a drugstore brand. And these 2 brow products are 30% off for the sale. And NYX also has one of the highest cashback offers I have ever seen with TopCashBack. They're offering 20% cashback. That is the highest number I have ever seen for cashback. I love how I can just do little strokes in my brows with this brow pen. I think I've gone through 3 of these at this point. Now I'm gonna go in with the brow glue. A couple other products I love from NYX are the Bare With Me Serum Concealer. I've been using that as a foundation lately and it is so beautiful. It gives me more of a medium to full coverage, but it's very, very hydrating, but not too glowy. I actually just bought a second one of that concealer because I'm a little over halfway through with my one shade and I wanted one shade a little bit lighter. And then I also really like their Epic Ink eyeliner. I've been using that a lot recently for my wings and it's just a solid black eyeliner. Definitely recommend that one. Next, let's talk about e.l.f. I feel like they have really taken over the primer game this year. I'm gonna go in with the liquid poreless putty primer. For the day I'm filming this, on their website, they're doing 30% off when you spend $35 or more if you join their email list. But I'm kind of thinking that on Thanksgiving or Black Friday, they're gonna change that to just be like a strict like 30% off site-wide or something like that. And then with TopCashBack, you can get 10% cash back through e.l.f. Again, that's another really high number, which I think is great. But I have just been loving these primers for e.l.f. I really, really like this liquid poreless putty one. I like it better than like the normal version of the putty primer. And then when I want my makeup to last all day, I go in with the Power Grip primer. I realized I have quite a few favorites from e.l.f. I love the Lash and Roll mascara. This is now my 2nd tube of it. It truly is a perfect dupe for the Benefit Roller Lash. I do really like the Halo Glow wands. I've been using this contour one a lot. The Halo Glow setting powder is probably one of the best drugstore powders I have ever used. I actually finished an entire tub of this earlier this year. I just had the shade Light and it was amazing. And then I also really like their e.l.f. satin lipsticks. I have 2 shades of this in kind of like a nude color and they're just a beautiful drugstore lipstick and the packaging is very luxe for a drugstore brand. And I know they just came out with those lip oils, those lip liners. I feel like e.l.f. is just crushing it. I'm gonna pop on a foundation. I'm gonna use this YSL All Hours foundation. Now I didn't really look into YSL's Black Friday deals just because there's not a lot from the brand that I love, but I have been obsessed with this foundation recently. Okay, I just went to their website and they're having 30% off. That is a pretty dang good deal. But like I said, I don't really know a lot of products from YSL, which is why I'm not gonna go super deep into that brand. But I just have to talk about my favorite foundation brush that I started using this year. This is the BK Beauty 101. But I have been totally hooked on this foundation brush ever since I used it. I used to be a sponge girl for my foundation, but I cannot put this brush down. It just applies foundation so beautifully. I love the size of it. It's nice and fluffy. I could really just go on and on on about this brush. But BK Beauty is offering 20 to 35% off on their website with code BFCM23. And a few of their other brushes that I really like is the 109, which is literally just a smaller version of the 101. It has the same shape and everything. So I like the 101 for foundation, but I like the 109 for more like cream contour, cream blush, or just working in smaller areas of my face. I've also really been loving their 108 brush for powder under my eyes. It is the perfect shape to fit right under here. I also love the 208 because this is the tiniest little angled brush I have ever used, so it's perfect for doing a little wing or just stamping shadow on the lash line. And then my last like top brush from BK Beauty is the A506. It is a perfect under eye concealer brush or under eye brightener. Again, this brush kind of models the shape of the 101. They're just so great. You guys know I'm also a Sigma brush girly to my core, and Sigma is having 40% off site-wide. I did make a post on my community page of all of my favorite Sigma face and eye brushes. I put about 6 brushes in each category just to keep it pretty simple for you guys. You can check out that post on my community tab because I just don't want to go over all the brushes right now because I already wrote it all out for you. Speaking of Sigma, I'm going to go in with the under eye brightener. This product from Sigma is one of my favorites. It is just the most perfect under eye brightener, and it layers really, really nicely underneath concealer, but I also wear it on its own all the time. And this is my second one of this. I completely finished one earlier this year and I'm almost done with this. That is how much I love this product. Oh, and then also a Sigma sale, you can use my code AngelaBright on top of it to save an additional 10%, but my code won't work on any collab items like my palette with Sigma, but this is 40% off on their website. I have a full video going up with my palette tomorrow. I did a really gorgeous purpley eyeshadow look. But also from Sigma, I do really like their cream blushes, especially the shade Corte Rosa. And then their highlighters are beautiful as well. My favorite is the shade Sizzle. The eyeshadow quads are also amazing, especially for beginners or people who just struggle to put together eyeshadow combos. And Sigma's lip oils are amazing too. So I clearly have lots of favorites from Sigma, but it's 40% off. Oh, and with Sigma, TopCashBack gives you a 10% cash back, another really good number. I'm just gonna quickly spot conceal with my NARS Soft Matte Concealer. I did go on NARS website and I believe they're having 20% off, and I wanted to repurchase this concealer because I just love it so much and I don't want to be without it, but they were out of the shade that I need, which is kind of unfortunate. While I'm doing this, I wanted to mention my favorite moisturizer ever, which is the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. I always have so many of those like in my empties video, but that is the #1 moisturizer I have ever used. I have repurchased it at least 10 plus times by this point, and Tatcha is having 25% off site-wide. And with Tatcha and TopCashBack, they're offering 13% cash back. Again, such a good number. I also really like the Dewy Serum from Tatcha if I'm just feeling extra dry. If I layer that and the Dewy Skin Cream, my skin is like perfectly hydrated. I do really want to try their new cleansing balm. I think it's kind of new. If you've tried it, let me know your thoughts because I love a good cleansing balm. That is always my first step in taking off my makeup. Let's move on to Tower 28. I'm going to take their concealer in the shade CC. And right now, Tower 28 is offering like a tiered deal. So if you spend under $50, you can get 20% off, but if you spend over $50, you get 28% off. I'm also wondering if that deal might change on Thanksgiving or actual Black Friday, but I do have quite a few Tower 28 favorites. I do love this concealer they came out with. I do think it's really similar to the Natasha Denona one, so I kind of use them interchangeably, but the Make Waves mascara is probably my favorite product from them, and they just came out with it in a brown shade, so I love the black, I love the brown. It makes my lashes look so freaking good. I did post a short on this mascara if you want to see how it looks like just on my lashes. I do have one of their cream blushes that I really like, but I do want to try their cream bronzers. I think it's the Sculptino ones. I've heard really good things about that, so I might pick one of those up. I also really like their lip glosses. I think I have 3 shades, but I do really love this one in Cashew. It's like the perfect true lip gloss. Like it has a little bit of pigment to it, it feels great on the lips, and it's not too sticky. I did also try their SOS spray this year that kind of went viral on TikTok for a minute, and it's kind of like a bacteria killer spray. If I find that I'm breaking out a lot, I like to spray on that SOS spray and then do my skincare, and I feel like it does really help clear up my skin. Now let's talk about Makeup by Mario. I do have quite a few favorites from him as well. I'm gonna go in with the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in light medium. I clearly love this product. And I'm gonna use that smaller BK Beauty 109 brush I was just talking about with this. And Makeup by Mario has 25% off site-wide right now. So like I said, I love this cream bronzer. It just goes on so easily and kind of blends itself. Like you cannot have patchy or muddy bronzer with this product. And I find that it's really buildable too. I also really like the Skin Perfector. I have it in light medium and I like to use this as kind of a glowy bronzer. I just mix all the shades together. And then these Soft Pop blushes that launched this year. I only have this one shade. It's barely blushing and it's a really, really light shade. So I think I want to get maybe one more, especially with 25% off. I feel like Mario has just really nailed down his complexion products, although I have not tried the foundation or the concealer, but I heard really good things about the concealer. But my new obsession from Makeup by Mario is the Lip Plumping Serum in Nude Glow. I bought this during the Sephora sale and I have worn it in pretty much every video since then. I love the shade of this so much and I like to wear it with just a lip liner, and it is so glossy, it has a nice amount of pigment to it, and it is a little bit plumping, but it's nothing overwhelming. I am going to take a little bit of that blush, but I probably will add more on top later. I'm having a great time filming this because I'm talking about all of my favorite products, but they're all on sale right now at really good prices, so this is fun for me. Hope it's fun for you. I like to use this blush shade a lot. It's kind of like a blending blush shade for under my eyes, kind of acting as like a transition from my concealer to the rest of my blush. It's like my blending shade, you know what I mean? Now I'm gonna do my under eye powder. I'm using the Lunar Beauty powder, and I'm not exactly sure what Lunar Beauty is doing for Black Friday. They're going to announce it the day that this video is going up, but if I can, I will update it in the description box. And I really haven't tried much from Lunar Beauty. I used one of his palettes back in the day, but this powder is so freaking beautiful. It is definitely the most smoothing powder I have ever used. I know that some people really like his lip glosses or his blushes too. I don't really think I'm interested in trying other things, but dang. This powder is amazing. I'm gonna use my Kosas Cloud Set powder on the rest of my face. So Kosas is doing 25% off site-wide, and if you have not tried the Cloud Set powder, you are truly missing out. And like, I don't say that a lot about products, but this is one of the best powders I have used on my face as a dry girly, because while it does lightly set your face, it still lets the glow of your other products underneath it shine through. It is super lightweight and it is blurring, and they do come in minis as well. I actually might pick up a mini of one of these powders because I only have this one shade Airy right now, and sometimes it's a little bit too light for me, so I think I want to pick up Breezy again. But like I said earlier, I did fill in my brows with the Kosas Brow Pop Nano Pencil. This is the smallest and skinniest brow pencil I have ever used. So if you're someone who likes to do little brow-like strokes, you would really like this, but I also really enjoyed just the regular Brow Pop brow pencil. I did finish one of those earlier this year and I kind of miss it, honestly. I also really like their Sun Show bronzer, which I'm going to go in with now on a Sigma F12. This is just a nice kind of glowy baked bronzer. I also really like the SPF that they have in like the little pink packaging. It's funny because I feel like a lot of people don't like the SPF, but I personally really like it. It has a very soft tint to it, which I like, and it never pills under my makeup, but I have heard other people say that it pills under their makeup. I think it just kind of depends on your skin type and the products that you use underneath it and over it. But I also might check out Kosas' sale and see what else they have. Like I said, I'll probably get a mini of the Cloud Set powder just because I love it so much. Now for blush, I'm going to go in with this Too Faced Cloud Crush blush in the shade Velvet Crush. So Too Faced has 30% off site-wide right now, and I don't have many favorites from Too Faced, but I do really like these Cloud Crush blushes. I have it in one other shade as well. I'm trying to think of other Too Faced products that I like. I do really like their Hangover Primer if you have dry skin. It's super, super moisturizing. I know that my mom loves the Born This Way foundation. It's the only foundation she's been wearing the last like 5 years, I want to say. I always pick up another one for her during any kind of sale. Okay, my blush is on, and now let's do eyeshadow. I am going to go in with some eyeshadow primer, and for that I'm going to use the Urban Decay Primer Potion. So Urban Decay currently has 25% off site-wide, and with TopCashBack you can get 6% cash back. But I do have quite a few staple favorites from Urban Decay. Of course, the Primer Potion. I like the original one, but if you like something with a little bit more of a tint, they do have one in the shade Eden, which is really nice. The All all-nighter setting spray is such a staple. I'm actually pretty much out of this one, so I think I will restock. I do think their 24/7 liners are really great if you like some colorful liners. And then the Hydromaniac Tinted Moisturizer, I finally finished one of those this year, and that was a beautiful skin tint. I really like that one a lot. But also the Moon Dust shadows, if you have not tried those, oh, you really should, honestly. Like, they're just something else. Now I'm gonna do just a little bit of eyeshadow, nothing too crazy, but I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. And Huda Beauty is advertising up to 80% off site-wide, but the average percentage I'm seeing off on their site is about 30%. So it's kind of funny they advertise 80%, but really not much is 80% off. I saw that the Empowered and the Naughty Nude palette are 30% off, while this palette is 40% off, which is why I wanted to grab for it today. But it looked like their new palette, the Pretty Grunge one, is not included in this sale, but that kind of makes sense because it like literally just came out. But I did want to talk about their fragrance brand Kayali. Guys, I finally tried Kayali perfumes this year and I am hooked. But it's unfortunate because a lot of my favorites are not part of the sale, but the one thing that I did find was on sale is their Discovery layering set is 30% off. I bought that set months ago, I think from Sephora, and that's how I got to try a bunch of their perfumes and found a lot of my favorites. So I actually do highly recommend that if you've been wanting to try their fragrances. Any of their vanilla scents I really like, but I do like the Yum one that came out this year, but that one's not part of the sale. I know I'm not really walking you through my eyes right now because I'm keeping it super simple today, but I took this shade Radiate on a fluffy crease brush, put that all over. Now I'm just taking this light matte pink Cherish shade and putting that kind of in my inner crease. I just want a little soft definition today. I'm also going to bring that Radiate shade under my eyes. I'm really interested to see what Patrick Ta is going to do for Black Friday. Currently, there's no sale on anything, which I kind of prefer because some of these deals literally started over a week ago. But from Patrick Ta, I have really been eyeing the Major Dimensions 3 palette with all those just matte neutral shades. They just look perfect. I also tried one of his blush duos this year and I'm really loving that, and I want to try it in another shade. So I really hope he does at least 25% off, but we'll see. I'm going to take this shimmer shade Energized. I'm taking that on a fluffy brush and I'm just going to lightly pack that all over my lid. And I'm using a brush because I just want a soft wash of color. Again, I'm not going for anything too intense today. Wow, this is so pretty. And again, all the eyeshadow brushes I'm using are from Sigma and they're 40% off. I'm kind of finding that I really like BK Beauty's face brushes, but for eye brushes, I like Sigma. Before I finish up the eyes, I'm going to pop on some highlighter and I'm going to mix my two Rare Beauty shades. I'm not too sure what Rare Beauty is doing. I saw on their website they're doing like a 6 days of gifting kind of thing, but it's more like spend this amount of money, get a full size something for each day, not really a percentage off site-wide, which I'm kind of like a little disappointed by. I'm shopping Black Friday. I like the deals to be easy, you know, 25% off site-wide. Like that's why I did my brand, the Bright Lashes deal like that. You know, I like things simple and easy. I'm gonna pop on some mascara. I'm using the Tower 28 Make Waves one that I talked about earlier. How do you guys feel about all these Black Friday deals happening so early? I honestly think it's kind of annoying. Like, I used to think that deals starting on Thanksgiving was crazy, but now the deals are like literally going through the entire month of November. All right, my mascara is on. This eye always looks so much better than this one because I sleep on this side, so my lashes get like so smushed. It's so annoying. But for lashes, I'm gonna go in with the Bright Lashes Half Lash and Flirt, and this is my lash brand. And for Black Friday, my brand is doing 25% off site-wide. So with 25% off, that makes all of my lashes only $9. And I carry a bunch of different styles of lashes, but my half lashes like this one are definitely my best seller. I have worn some of my lashes 10+ times. Originally, I was gonna start my sale on Thanksgiving, but now that I'm filming this and posting this on Wednesday, I'll have it started right now, so you can shop that right now if you want to. Okay, my lash is on. Again, I use the style Flirt. Now let's do a little bit of lips. I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in Iconic Nude. So from the 23rd to the 27th, Charlotte is doing another kind of tiered deal, where if you spend over $60, you get 20% off. If you spend over $110, you get 25% off. And if you spend over $160, you get 30% off. I have been using this Iconic Nude lip liner literally all year. It's part of my Project Pan. If you know, you know. This literally is the perfect lip liner for me. It goes with everything I like to wear on my lips. Also from Charlotte, I really like the Flawless finishing powders. I have 2 minis here because I like the mini sizes. Her little cream wands are beautiful. I have one of the mini highlight wands right here. I've also fallen in love with her setting spray this year. I'm almost done with this one. I don't love the scent, but I love how my skin looks with it. I'm gonna pop on that Makeup by Mario lip product I was talking about earlier. Like I said, I literally wear it in every video, and I just like to tap it on. All right, then let's finish off with the Charlotte setting spray. It's not that it smells bad. I don't like the scent, but like I can get over it, you know what I mean? All right, and that is the full face of makeup done using a lot of my favorite products and their Black Friday deals. I would love to know what Black Friday deals you are gonna check out. I'm gonna link everything down below that I talked about today and their sites and the discount codes and even the top cashback percentages. Don't forget to sign up for that down below. But most importantly, don't forget to be a smart shopper and not just be buying a bunch of things because it's on sale. Make sure you buy products that you know you're going to love and get use out of. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.